Welcome to Health in the Name, where we take a Christian view of health and healing. Here's today's update. Have you ever thought about where healing comes from? You know, we live in an age when it's difficult to go a few minutes watching TV without seeing a commercial for medical drugs. One would think we should be the healthiest nation on earth. After all, over 4.9 billion retail medical drug prescriptions were filled in 2024. Shouldn't we be getting healthier? 61% of Americans say they're currently taking at least one prescription medication, and 27% say they're taking 4 or more. Can you believe that? In fact, the U.S. leads the world in both the amount of money spent on pharmaceuticals and the number of prescriptions. Wouldn't that make you assume that we would be the healthiest nation on earth as a result? Take a look at these numbers. Wow, the U.S. outdrugs all the other affluent nations by at least 600%. Get the picture? Health doesn't come from drugs. In fact, a newly released Global Health Index indicates that countries' health varies significantly as evaluated through 10 specific measures. These criteria encompass healthy life expectancy, blood pressure levels, blood glucose levels, which is an indicator of diabetes risk, obesity rates, prevalence of depression, overall happiness, alcohol consumption, tobacco use, levels of physical inactivity, and government expenditure on health care. Out of 197 countries studied, the U.S. ranks 61st. That's right, 60 countries in the world are healthier than the U.S. A cross-sectional study was published last month in the Journal of the American Medical Association and found that from 2007 to 2023, U.S. children were 80% more likely to die than their peers in other high-income countries. The study found that today, nearly half of children are getting medical care for chronic health conditions, and that a child in 2023 was 15 to 20 times more likely to have a chronic condition than a child in 2011. Chronic conditions were also the focus of a recent report from the federal government's Make America Healthy Again committee, which referenced today's children as the sickest generation in American history. The report cites processed foods, environmental chemical exposures, technology use, and overprescription of medication as contributing factors. What are we doing to our kids? Some of these procedures remind me of some sort of evil torture chamber procedures. We need to take a look at this stuff and make some changes before it's too late. We have a huge health problem in America, and the solution doesn't come in a bottle. It seems the more complicated we make our search for health, the worse it gets. God's plan for our health is really quite simple. Let's take a look at that. What is health and where does it come from? Well, we can do some simple things to be more healthy. First, eat real food. Stay away from processed and ultra-processed foods and things like seed oils and highly processed oils and foods. Move, walk, run, ride a bike, swim, lift heavy things. Get good restful sleep. Get plenty of sunshine. And Last but not least, pray and strengthen your connection with the Creator. Remember, all health and healing come from God. If you have more faith in a pill, potion, or lotion, or vaccine, or surgery than you do in the Creator of the entire universe, you have missed the boat. While you're at it, check out my book, The Great Christian Health Awakening. It's available on Amazon.com.